Hi, I'm that EV chick, and today we're going to take a close look inside the BMW i3. Before we do that, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Today I'm here with my BMW i3 with the range extender. It's the 2017 edition. It was my first electric vehicle, and today I'm going to show you why it is the best electric vehicle you can get for under 20K used.
Let's start with a detailed tour of the exterior of the car. So to open up that front hood, we're gonna have to go underneath the steering wheel, lower left corner, press the button, and then we are going to come around front. And there's still gonna be a nice little latch.
I'm not gonna be able to do it. It's really hard. There it is. There we go. And now we can open it. It has the world's teeniest frunk.
And if we come around to the front, and this is what I love about this car, is all of the blue detailing. It just makes it a really fun, kind of futuristic car. I love it. If we come over to the passenger side in the front, this is where you're gonna find the gasoline tank for the range extender in the range extender edition. Now what makes this different than a hybrid is that the range extender, it only holds about 2 gallons. It's just gonna act as a generator for the battery. So the generator is going to give electricity to the battery, and then the car is still gonna run just off the battery. So it is a pure electric vehicle. You can get this car without the range extender as well. Now, one drawback of the range extender is that it is extremely noisy. It sounds like you have a lawnmower in the back of your car. All right, moving on to the back. This is where you plug your car in for electricity. So it has this nice light ring here. It will light up green when you're charging or red if there is an error. This is gonna be for your level 2 normal charging. And if you wanna do DC fast charging, you remove this bottom socket. On the level 2, this car takes about 3 hours to charge or 4, and then on a fast charger, it's more like 30 to 40 minutes. So if we walk around to the back of the car, this is one of my favorite design elements, and what really drew my attention to this car is the recessed lights underneath this whole, so this whole trunk is a glass panel, and you have these really nice recessed lights underneath the glass panel. I think they're a great design element, and they just look really cool. So the one thing I don't like about this car is that the trunk is not hands-free. It's manual to open and to close. You have about 15 cubic feet behind the seats. You have these really nice light side-to-side places to tie your groceries down, and it's really easy to flip these seats all the way down. They lay down completely flat, giving you 37 cubic feet of storage. When the seats are folded down completely flat, I can put my bike in here without taking the wheel off, which makes it a great freaking car, even if you have hobbies. Now, if we take a look under here, this is where you'll actually find the range extender. This is a gasoline power generator that generates power for the car. If you pop this open, this is just where you're going to put your oil. Since it is a small gasoline engine, you need to still add oil, do oil changes.
All right, so one of my favorite things about this car is actually the interior. It's super spacious. It just feels like you're kind of lounging in this comfortable area, super minimal, which I love. And I think this is the best part of this car is that for under 20K, you're not gonna get a car that feels like this on the inside. It definitely feels like a BMW, and it feels a little bit luxurious and special. So to move the car into drive, it's a little bit of an interesting system.
While holding the brake down, you're gonna start the car, tap forward for drive, quick tap back for neutral, and then a bigger tap back for reverse.
To get in the park. And then on the steering wheel, you have some really great controls here. You can make a phone call. You also have the speak, so if you want to call someone in your contacts, you can speak their name. I found that it didn't work very often. It didn't recognize my voice really well, and it was just much easier to press the phone and select the recent calls. You can control the volume on the steering wheel as well as control your cruise control over on the left side. And then moving over to the center console, it's really minimal and I really love it. Let me just turn the car on. Yeah. So you have your temperature control here, super simple. You have the heated seats, which are really nice. One click turns them up all the way, and then you click to go down. One button that I really like that's really good in Southern California is this max AC button. It will automatically turn the AC on as high as it goes. And then you have your defrosters and then the heated seats for the other passenger.
Over here you have your AM button. This is going to be the air ventilation system, how much air is being circulated from outside, or are you just fully recirculating the air in the car. It can also apparently detect moisture and turn on the correct ventilation system for defogging. All right, over here is just your volume, pretty standard dial over here. And then we're going to move open to the glove box. So open the glove box by just pressing that button in. And this is one of my favorite quirks of the car. The manual comes inside of this little felt satchel with a little really cute BMW pin, and then it has the I branding on the side. Just a really nice touch, and it was so fun when I found this in the car when I first bought the car. The glove box also has some nice interior lighting as well, which is another nice touch. Here to the left, underneath the steering wheel, you can pop the trunk, the hood, and the gas. And then also lower left, you have your light controls here. This package came with the navigation so you can see your direction in real time on the rearview mirror, which I freaking love. I always wanted a car. When I was a kid, I thought that was so freaking cool. And then above, you have the lighting. You also have an SOS function as well as a turn passenger seatbelt on and off, which is good because even if you have a laptop, it will pop on. All of the mirrors have these really nice lights as well on the visors.
Another fun thing about this car are these little latches here. So you're going to close the door with these latches there. And at night, which I guess I'll have to film at night, there's ambient lighting underneath all of the latches, which is fun. And you have some really nice storage space. You can fit a whole water bottle here in these bins, which is really nice.
And moving on to the center console. So you'll find a lot of your controls here. This is that standard BMW. And then over here you have your Comfort and Eco Pro toggles. So if you want to drive a little faster with like your full AC, you do your Comfort mode. And then if you want to save battery, you can pop it into Eco Pro mode. Each of these modes is going to have a different speed limit. And the amenities like the air conditioning and things like that is not going to be the same. You have one big cup holder there, and then if you lift up this armrest, you have another cup holder here, which I think is a really weird place to have a cup. Like, I never use this. I wish it was just extra storage space because I like to have the armrest down when I'm driving. You also have a USB, a cigarette lighter, and an auxiliary input. The center console opens up as well. This is a great spot for your wallet or emergency poop bags.
So another awesome feature of this car is that the mirrors fold inwards, which makes it a really good city car. So you just press this button here and those mirrors are going to fold inward.
So my favorite thing about this car is the maneuverability. It makes it a great city car. Look, those wheels, it almost looks like they're turning 90 freaking degrees. Insane. So this car can pretty much pull a U-turn in almost any street, so it's really easy on those small kind of LA streets. But it also is super small, being only about 158 inches long. You can park this car anywhere.
Possibly the coolest thing about this car, which when I first got the car, I was like, yeah, I need that. And then it started to become a little bit more annoying, but is the suicide door. So to open the back seat, you need to open the front first. And then the passenger door comes out like this, which is really fun. You have this latch here. So if you come on inside, it's pretty small back here, even for me. It fits about 2 people. And if you want to fold these seats down, you also have a little latch in the front as well. One nice thing about just having the flat battery in the electric car is this whole bottom floor here is completely flat. So at least you feel like you have space to put your feet, but there's no space for a middle seat passenger. You just have these 2 nice cup holders here. And then if you're trying to climb out of the car, you have this latch here for the front seat to bring the seat in front to get in and out. So one of my favorite things about this car is definitely all the cool materials it's made out of. BMW pretty much completely designed this car from the ground up to be an electric car. So there's a lot of carbon fiber, which you generally cannot find on a car in this price range. And then you also have a lot of this cool recycled material here, which is really nice. Probably the strangest feature about this car is these suicide doors. They are really fun. When I first got the car, I was like, oh my God, these are the coolest things in the world. But when you're in a cramped parking lot, this is really hard to open. And then they have to be closed and open in a specific order. So if you want to open the back seat, you have to open the front seat first, then the back seat, and then closing in reverse. So this always has to close first. Now, one annoying thing is that, let's say I'm in the car with some passengers and I'm buckled in. My seatbelt is hooked to this back door. In the back seat, you're at the mercy of the people in front, and you have to ask them to let you out. So one thing I don't like about this car, which I feel like cars of this time started having, that it doesn't have a blind spot camera. So my Honda Fit had a camera. When you went to signal right, you'd get a little pop-up. This doesn't have any of that, but this car has a lot of visibility. So it's really easy to see out the front window, out the back window, and you don't have a lot of blind spots. So not having that extra safety feature never really bothered me. So as I lift my foot off the accelerator, the car almost comes to a complete stop, and you can see this little indicator. So when I'm giving the car, if I'm accelerating, it takes more power. And then if I take my foot off not the gas, but the accelerator, it charges the car, which is cool. And you can see a really nice representation with how you're driving there. Another cool thing about driving an electric car is, hey, you might think it's not that powerful, but if you actually floor down on the accelerator, since it has a lot of torque, it can go pretty fast really quickly. I think this car actually goes 0 to 60 in about 6 or 7 seconds. So it really it's a fun car to drive. And since it's light and small, it definitely has that kind of nice little like peppy, feels like you're driving a fancy golf cart. It is a great city car, so it's super, super small. It's only about 158 inches long, so you can park in like any parking spot. So you'll be driving and it'll be like the spot that no one wanted to try to parallel park in. This car can fit there, and it can pull a U-turn on these kind of small, windy LA roads, which is really nice. And it's a really fun car to drive. I think if you're looking for an electric car that's under 20K used, this is one like the nicest car you're gonna find. It's a BMW. It feels really nice inside. And it has decent range. So this car, battery only, gets about 115 mile range, plus you have the range extender, which is kind of your get out of jail free card and will add about 80 miles to the range. So if you're looking for something under 20K, I don't think you're going to get something as nice as this.
Thank you for tuning in today and looking at the BMW 2017 Range Extender Edition. Please let me know what you want to see next.